Hey guys, Stable VGC here, and welcome back to some more Players Cup match analyses. So we're into round 5 of the tournament now, and I'm sitting at 2-2. Obviously, just got that big win against Manby there. If you missed out on that, feel free to check it out. I'll leave it probably linked somewhere on the screen right now. But without that, we're gonna pull into round 5 here. We pull up Alec Krueger. I've never heard of Alec. Similar to round 1 though, I'm not taking anybody lightly. If you qualified for this tournament, I'm assuming you got to be a good enough player to make it here. And this is a scary team. I'm gonna be honest. It's open team sheet, so I am aware of Defiant Thunderous. Alright? But against the Glacier, I kind of need Incineroar and Urshifu. Right? And I can't risk the fact that they could go Glacier mode. If they're going to go Glacier mode, I have to have those two. And because if I look at my team, Dragapult, Regieleki, Landorus, even Amoonguss technically, depending on the speed tiers of the Glacier, depending on if they want to play it, Glacier looks amazing against my team, right? I'm expecting Glacier, so basically I'm forced to be bringing Incineroar and Urshifu, which is not great versus that Thunderous. So it's kind of going to be how I can pivot around there and just kind of see if I'm even capable of preserving my pieces, because I think I have the pieces. The pieces are 100% there, it's a matter of if I can pivot it properly. But they're going to go ahead and they're going to lead their Urshifundi here, and I'm not too happy right now. I'm not very happy right now as I decide to leave Incineroar, Dragapult. So this is one of those ones where I kind of have to fake out Urshifu. Like, I think I'm literally forced to fake out Urshifu. The only thing is, do I want to Airstream as well, or do I want to max? Do I want to try and switch out? There's a lot of things I can do, right? I am deciding to max here, and I think I doubled it. I think that's what I ended up saying was the best play. Did I change my mind? No, I definitely didn't change my mind, did I? Ryan, do not phantasm. Do not, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much about this game. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the turns and pull out what I see and probably make fun of a lot of the plays I made. But to be completely honest here, what am I doing? Yo, did I really just go all in and try to call this? Bro, what am I doing? I have quote-unquote a safe-ish play if I just fake out an Airstream, right? If he gives me that, I take the Urshifu, right? And I might as well take the Urshifu if he's going to let me. I don't think he was, obviously. I don't think he'll ever let me take the Urshifu, but as you can tell, I'm kind of nervous right now at 2-2. Just give this Defiant a Fundy boost. This is not what you want to see. This is not where you want to be sitting. I actually don't remember this Urshifu's item. I'm 90% sure it was actually sashed, but I actually don't remember too much about this set. So Fundy's gonna max here, and you know what? I'm pretty content right now. It's also Life Orb Thunderous, so it's one of the things where I'm content. You know, want to get big damage onto it right now, and we're gonna see the protect from Urshifu. So my turn 1 is actually somehow working out for me. We're gonna get the big old Wormwind out here. So this was basically I clicked Wormwind just to hinder the Urshifu in case they decided to click close combat. Unlikely that was gonna happen, but 2 because Airstream into the Thunders wasn't going to do much, and if I was going to drop its stat, I might as well drop the attack. That way it's only at +2 instead of +3. So, yeah, I'd probably die here. I'm going to be honest. They Airstream right into Instant. Instant, of course, just goes down, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, personally, I'm not too concerned because this brings in Regieleki, which is kind of exactly what I wanted, right? I'm very happy my opponent kind of took that bait. Like I said, I don't think it was... I'm not saying this was a great turn. I should not have led that into Thunderous, you know. But I did, and I mean, I made the most of it. Like, this is kind of the game plan, right? As long as I have Dragapult or Alec on the field in front of a Thundy, I can kind of lead whatever I want into it, as long as the pressure on the side isn't ridiculous. Here I decide to go Electro Web and hit the Urshifu. They're actually gonna switch the Urshifu, which is kind of questionable to me, but Incineroar is coming in, which is fair. And I Electro Web basically because it forces this Thunders to pick one of us, right? My Aleki's still faster. I know it's Life Orb. I'm pretty confident that Electro Web would take it out, but they're going to just go Max Guard, which is perfect. So I was trying to break the sash on the Ursh and cover for some chip damage on the Thundy. So seeing that Electro Web go off right now, obviously the Ursh switched out, but Instant does get crit, so a little bit fortunate right there. Can't complain. And we're going to get an Airstream. So it's not anything crazy here, but the Airstream, the important part is with the Max Guard on the Thundy, Dragapult is now faster than this Thunderous. So I can simply hit the Thunders with Dragapult and just kind of protect myself from the fake out. right? They're actually going to see the berry. I believe it was Figgy. Or the one of the super ones. No, but it's just Citrus Berry, actually. So, once again, I'm still alright with a Thunderbolt will take out this, will take out this Instant. Thunders will go down to Dragapult here. Like, it's literally a free hit into that slot. And I think I protected. Yeah, I just protect from the Fake Out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's the right play here. It's one of those things where I have the speed advantage now. And I somehow was able to pivot to this. I'm surprised they didn't try and stay in. Like, I don't know. I just feel like they played a little passive. Like, they had the aggressive. They had the aggressive lead. They got the read right. They called my instant. They led their Thunders. They got the Defiant boost. Everything was going right. Their turn 1 was actually still really solid. And then they just kind of I don't know whether they got, I don't know what you want to call it. Technically, Alec would have killed, right? They had to protect Thunders there, right? I don't know. But if they have to protect Thundy, I just think they have to read the fact that I can't really kill both reliably. And they need to get that extra attack off. You know, like that turn Thundy Urshifu around the field. If my opponent does decide to say, hey, you know what? Let's go for just a double attack. Like we go Airstream into Dragapult and attack with our Urshifu. If he kills Urshifu, he's not killing Thunders because Electro Web wouldn't take me out. I get the free kill. And then from there, I can just try and pivot around that Aleki later with Incineroar and Fake Out at late game, right? But I don't know, my opponent obviously didn't do that, and I do get that knockout there on the Thunders, which is very, very nice. So at this point, I just start clicking Dragon Darts E-Webs. It's basically, with my Urshifu in the back, I'm actually super, super content right now. But they're going to go for the Sucker Punch. I wasn't sure which side I wanted to call the Sucker on, and I didn't want to get it wrong, so I did decide to stay in with Dragapult. We get the Electro Web off for some chip damage, and I believe the Dart actually takes out this Instant. Yeah, a Dart's going to kill this Instant. What am I saying? Why am I saying I believe? It does. It definitely does. So the first Dart here, I think I hit Ursh. Yeah. First Dart goes into Ursh, takes it good chunk of damage, and Instant goes down. So that Sucker Punch call was perfect for me. Obviously, I could have easily switched out Dragapult and just clicked Electro Web. However, I felt if I did that, and, you know, either they... Because if I was going to Electro Web, Urshifu wasn't dying. So they could have Wicked Blue that, right? And I could have been in trouble because I could not afford to lose Aleki. Aleki is what beats this Finny. Urshifu and Dragapult don't beat this Finny. So this is... I'm going to be honest, it's not a free spot yet. Right? Because the thing is... Aleki could sit here and try and attack, but Aleki could also get Sucker Punched here. You also have the fact that I could try and Dragon Dance because I don't want Pult to die. So I'm actually going to Dragon Dance and switch into Urshifu, which is basically kind of one of those questionable plays on my end. I kind of like it, but the thing is, if my opponent just clicks Moonblast, right? Like, they're going to suck it, they have to hit the Aleki. That was a given. Dragapult's going to go for the Dragon Dance, and all they have to do is Moonblast the Dragapult. Right? All they had to do is Moonblast the Dragapult. There was no reason to Calm Mind, I don't think. I think that was a bit of a throw on my opponent's end. Right? You Sucker Punch the Aleki, and I think you just Moonblast. If I Phantom Force, I'm not a threat. You know? So I'm actually going to Dragon Dance again here, because I feel as if they're going to Sucker Punch Dragapult this time. And realistically, if I Dragon Dance again, and I can get a Surging Strikes off into this Urshifu, basically what happens here is I get the Dragon Dance, I Surging Strikes, kill the Ursh. If they kill my Dragapult, they kill my Dragapult. By all means, they can go ahead and do that. And then Aleki comes in, and Aleki Ursh should be able to take it. But Surging Strikes, of course, like I said, is going to pick off this Ursh. No need to play the Speed tie there. I'm sashed. They could have doubled Ursh. I still would have killed their Ursh. And, I mean, this is exactly what I want to see, right? Now, I probably lose pull here. They go for the Moonblast, and they actually Moonblast the Urshifu. So, I respect the play. You need to hit the Ursh. But the thing is, the +1 Dragapult, and now at this point, the +2 Dragapult, is what is scaring your Urshifu. Is what is scaring, right? But now we're going to go close combat. We're going to go win this game because close combat Phantom Force into Aleki coming in the back. There's no way a Finny can beat this now. Yeah. But like I said, like, I don't know. I feel like you double Dragapult, right? Because if you Sucker Punch and it connects, my Dragapult's dead. If you Sucker Punch and it doesn't connect, it's because I'm going for Dragon Dance. So you double that slot, you get rid of the Dragapult. Yes, my Ursh is on Sash, but you saw the damage from Urshifu there. That's not killing anything, right? Like, all you had to, I don't know, I think doubling Dragapult, and I probably actually either lose this game or I don't know. I don't know if I lose the game because it would depend on how much Thunderbolt actually does from Alec. Because I'd only get one Thunderbolt off, right? I'd get the Thunderbolt. It would play probably Muddy Water as I Thunderbolt, bring me down, and then it comes down to how much a Thunderbolt close combat into close combat does. And I think it would have been really close, especially after that. Especially after the what am I calling? What am I trying to say? Especially after the Calm Mind Boost. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry about that, guys. My brain kind of decided to give out on me there. But we're gonna go back into things here, and it's one of those things where, you know, I led Instant into Thundy, and I managed to pull it off. And it's like, okay, perfect. So we're up a game. You love to see that. I cannot complain about being up a game. That is absolutely perfect. So my concern now, though, is they gotta go Glacier mode, right? So I decided to say to myself, let's take a bad lead into Thundy. Assume they're going to adapt, not bring Thundy, and bring an even worse lead into Thundy. In concept, it's exactly what I did. As you can see, I'm gonna change my mind here in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I went Instant Amoonguss because I was terrified of them going hard Trick Room. And that's honestly, I was expecting hard Trick Room. I don't know why they wouldn't go hard Trick Room. To me, that's what you do, right? Like, obviously the Thundy mode's not gonna work against my Dragapult Aleki. I was calling hard Trick Room here 100% of the time. I'm up a game, right? If they go hard Trick Room or they go Thunderous again, it's pretty safe to say what they're gonna do in Game 3. But if they go hard Trick Room and they bring hard Trick Room, I'm probably not even gonna get to a Game 3. Like, I'm doing a very good job of stopping that right here. But lo and behold, right back to Thunderous. I don't know what the Thunderous Tapu Fini lead does for them here. But what I do know is this is terrible for me. Like I said, I don't know what the lead is meant to do. But whatever it's meant to do is terrible for me right now because I led this. So, once again, just gotta pivot out of this. And not the easiest task because, like I said, Life Orb Thunderous will rip through the Koba Berry and kill my Amoonguss. Straight up. It's just dead. It will kill my Amoonguss. So I think I have to try and Spore Thundy here, which I think is the right play. Like, I have to try and hope my opponent messes up. There's no reason to fake out. I was gonna Parting Shot off of Finny and try to get a Lekian. Did I? I'm debating, right? Because I could also just try and Flare Blitz and chip the Thundy, which I think is what I end up going for. I believe the... Don't get me started on what they're doing, because I don't know. They should have just maxed Thundy. I literally gave them the win. But anyways, Muddy Water coming out, and I was like, you know what? That's a cool play, because maybe they don't trust the Amoonguss to do anything. Maybe they expect the Amoonguss to live, right? And they wanted to chip it down a little bit before they went for the Airstream, right? Both fair things. Very, very fair opportunities here. So Amoonguss is going to go for the Spore, of course. Going to go into that Protect. So now I'm like, okay, now they got to max Thunder. Right? Now they're going to max Thunders, and now I'm in a lot of trouble, right? They'll max Thunders, they'll kill my Amoonguss, and they'll take out my Instant. And I don't have the pieces to win that game at that point. Right? I haven't chipped the Thundy. The concept was I wanted to chip the Thundy so that Dragapult could either come in and kill or Aleki could come in and kill. But the problem now, because they protected, I haven't chipped it and I haven't put it to sleep. Right? I had a free turn to chip the Thundy. They protected. That was actually a very smart play. Still don't necessarily agree with it. Wait, did the video just pause? Why did the video pause? Okay, we're back. We're back. I don't necessarily agree with their play, but I think it was a good play. I think it worked out for them. Like, I think that, and you know, in hindsight, maybe it was their best play, right? I'm not threatening to hit the Finny at all. But now Thunders goes for Fly, which really kind of leaves me confused here. Because it's one of those things where now Finny also goes for Moonblast. Now, Finny Moonblast into my Incineroar, and Instant's actually going to hang on with 6. I do get the special attack drop, which is fine, but I do hit the Parting Shot. So the Parting Shot's going out. Now I get to pivot, and I get to position here. Like, unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see where the Fly was going at the time of the moment, and I also didn't bring Dragapult. So it has to be Aleki coming in here. No doubt in my mind. And I basically got a free pivot. Obviously, the Spore is not going to connect, and Thunder's going to avoid. But now it's just a regular Fly. Amoonguss will live the regular Fly. I do Protect, obviously, because it's the safer play, and I can just max Lightning Fin. Literally have zero reason not to. Finny should probably be protecting here, but it's not like... Well, okay, let me rephrase this. Regular Thunderbolt would have been the better play. No need to burn my max right now at all, because Finny would die to a Thunderbolt. If Finny wants to switch out, it's probably switching into a resist for a Thunderbolt, and then I can set my max move up for next turn. So, little not great, little misplay on my end. Got a little jump the gun a little bit if you want to use that expression, but I'm gonna max Alec here. I mean, I guess this is good because it does give me the electric terrain to put pressure onto the Thunders next turn and make sure I pick up a clean knockout. So I don't know if that's what I was thinking at the time, but I do still think just a regular Thunderbolt was probably the better play. Finny, of course, on that end of the field is gonna protect. Like I said, I'm wasting a max move here. Amoonguss gonna protect as well. And I mentioned we're going to see the fly go into Amoonguss, right? But max lightning, of course, going to do about 20%, not a lot. Never mind, that did a lot more than I thought. That's like 30. That's ridiculous. Aleki's broken, guys. Red Aleki is broken. Now I do get the terrain up, which is super, super clutch. And Thunders is going to fly right back down onto that Amoonguss. And you know what? Despite the terrible lead, we're actually in a good spot. Still don't understand quite to the extent of why there was no max Thundy. And at this point in the game, I'm like, okay, if you haven't maxed Thunders yet, you have the Glacier mode. Alright? There was no reason to not max Thunders unless you're saving your max for something else. And the only thing I can possibly think of that is more tempting to max than a +1 Thunders is a Glacier. So I was very confident at this point the Glacier is in the back, so that's kind of how this endgame was being played out. I'm sitting here kind of thinking to myself, okay, play it out as the Glacier's in the back and we'll be good to go. So Thunders is actually going to protect here. Did I call this or did I just go into the... I think I went into the protect too, which was terrible. No, never mind, I went right into Finny because I figured the Finny couldn't protect. Either way, I got the play right there, but hitting the Finny was the correct play. They didn't have an Aleki switch in, there's no ground type, no lightning rod switch in. So I had to free switch into the Mon that just didn't protect. Thunders can't OHKO Regieleki. If it wants to max there and get an airstream up, Aleki will still be faster. So that is the correct play. So I don't know what I was trying to commentate there or what I thought I did, but I did make the right play. So now Ursh comes in. And this is one of those things where, you know, this isn't terrible. I want to kill Thundy, so I'm going to take the free kill on that slot. And I think I just Surging Strikes to not lose my defense. Right, it's one of the things where, well, we got the speed tie. Thunders is going to die here. There's guaranteed, that's a knockout. Thunders is gone, that Mon's off the field. And Urshifu isn't going to kill either of us here, and I can break the sash. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this is a pretty good spot. Right, like there's literally zero reason for me not to launch into Thunderous. They can't protect, because they just did. And if they switch out, whatever comes in is taking huge damage from a max Regieleki. Right? The biggest concern at the end of this game is they haven't Dynamaxed yet. And can I withstand the end of their Dynamax? And I think because they left Incineroar on the field, because they didn't want to miss the Muddy Water, is going to end up costing them here. Max Lightning is coming out. After the Sucker Punch actually does a good chunk of damage. I respect that Sucker Punch because it puts me in range. It puts me in range of potentially another Sucker Punch coming outside of Dynamax here. Which I regret not clicking CC here. But at the same time, I still stand by this play. Still standing by it. So now I get the CC into Urshifu, and given the game one here, right? I was expecting a Sucker Punch into Regieleki, and if it is the Glacier, which it is the Glacier, and I expect them not to double a Regieleki. Given the game one where they clicked Sucker Punch and then expected the Sucker Punch to kill and targeted the other slot, I'm fully expecting to be able to potentially pivot in Incineroar here safely. This isn't, I don't think, a safe read at all. Surging again, there's really no reason for me to go for the close combat. Yeah. And I switch in instant. This is not a safe read. This is basically me saying my opponent hasn't done anything, any sort of double up into a Sucker Punch slot yet. So I'm going to take an advantage here and say, okay, he's going to Sucker Punch that Aleki slot. Instant should be able to come in safely. And given the past actions of him not doubling up the slot, Instant should actually survive the turn. Urshifu will go down, and then we'll have a 4v1 in which I can just parting shot and pivot around. That is the concept here. They do decide to Dynamax, and it's going to be that Glacier, and at this point, how do you beat the Glacier? That's what it comes down to here. We're in a very good spot. If they can start steamrolling, though, like if they did call this and double that slot, they get their attack stat back. I can no longer intimidate them. and they could potentially start sweeping. It's not a great play, but it's potential. Urshifu actually goes Wicked Blow. So smart play. Smart play, and they do decide to Wicked Blow that instant, maybe predicting either Regieleki to protect or something, but long story short, this Glacier is -1. They didn't go for the Sucker Punch play. Yes, technically I got the call wrong, but they don't get the killing nade boost, which is the biggest part. Urshifu's gonna go down, and now we have a 3v1, so not the easiest here. We're gonna see what this Glacier decides to go for. I'm pretty sure it was a Quake. Pretty confident it was a Quake. Oh, it's just a Hailstorm. Kind of seems odd that it was a Hailstorm, just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I have Alec, right? You Wicked Blow, you know that Wicked Blow is going to kill Alec, right? I guess you double Alec with an Urshifu and a Wicked Blow. Sorry, with a Wicked Blow and a Hailstorm, right? And maybe you predict my Amoonguss to come in, which I guess is fair. But I bring in Amoonguss now, and basically it's one of those things where I click Rage Powder, CC. Sorry, actually I lied. I double protect. I double protect to solo to turn a Dynamax. No, Ryan, back out. Back out. Back out. Back out. Thank you. Yeah, I double protect to solo to turn a Dynamax. Because what that basically does is I both survive this turn, then I get a CC on the last turn of Dynamax, Amoonguss goes down, then I get a CC outside of Dynamax, and that's definitely going to be enough to win this game. Only way this backfires on me is if they start clicking Steel Spikes. Like if they click Steel Spike this turn, which I actually don't know if they had Steel Spike. I don't remember the item or the move slot on this Glacier here. But seeing the Max Quake there into the Urshifu is really odd to me. Just, I don't see the point. I think you got to start trying to take a knockout where you can get a knockout. But regardless of that, like I get it, you're trying to bulk up for the Aleki that's in the end game, but there's literally zero reason to. So here I go, just go close combat, go Rage Powder. Literally no reason to not make this play. I'm not going to risk clicking Spore or anything like that, even though Amoonguss may have a chance at surviving. But Rage Powder's coming out. We're going to get a big old CC into this Glacier, and that's going to steamroll into the next CC, and the next CC will go into the non-max Glacier. We get the crit there, I believe. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter. The Glacier is not going to take another close combat outside of max, whether that crits or not. So, gonna see the weakness policy though. Gonna see that weakness policy. So, definitely was an option for me to be potentially able to lose this game still, right? And maybe that's what they were going for. That's why they hit the Ursh, because they figured in electric terrain, Amoonguss isn't a threat. If I give them the policy and they kill the Ursh with the Quake, you know what? It makes a lot of sense. It does make sense. I still think you got to be more scared of the Rage Powder option, but I don't know. I mean, I could have just doubled attack. You know, Rage Powder CC that turn, right? Amoonguss takes that. Then Urshifu could still just protect off the next turn and then CC outside of max anyways. Like, I don't know. I think it was 100% win as long as I got 2 CCs off. And as long as I played to that end game, it was good. I am going to Thunderbolt here. I'm pretty sure this Glacier actually hangs on from the Thunderbolt. So sadly, Aleki is broken, but not broken enough. But guys, this one's over. So we do take the win there. It was interesting. I'm surprised my opponent brought them on as they did. I'm gonna be honest. Like I think Glacier was the right adjustment game too. Just I don't agree with the way they adapted and brought that Glacier. You have the Trick Room mode for it. You have the Dusclops, right? They can go with the Dusclops Trick Room and just kind of win the game. I'm a bit shocked by that. But it is what it is. We're going to take the W. We're back to 3-2. Unfortunately, now at this point, my tiebreaker is pretty garbage. So we just kind of hope to win out and, hope it works out. But back to 3-2. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable now in my playing. And as long as we can kind of keep somewhat pull favorable or, non-losing matchups, I think we're good here. Like I said, with that, guys, up to 3-2 in Players' Cup now. Close. Still got to win 4 more, though. But I'm going to pause this video before it starts looping. But with that, feel free to leave a like on this video, guys. It does help the channel out a lot. And feel free to subscribe as well if you don't want to miss out on more content. And with that, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will be back with round 6 of Players' Cup 4 tomorrow.